What's up, boys? Welcome back to another Blitz Boys podcast episode. Today, we're continuing our NFL conference and division predictions. This week, we got the NFC South, which is Jonah's favorite division.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to get into that. First off, we're going to start off with the New Orleans Saints. I mean, this team's bulky, just kind of mid.
I don't know, man. I think this team has potential to be the worst in the division for sure.
For sure, yeah.
They didn't do anything this offseason, really. They got help for Derek Carr, drafted offensive lineman, which their offensive lineman was horrible last year.
For sure, yeah, it was terrible.
But other than the offensive lineman, they just looks like retained some guys on defense. You still got Cam Jordan, you still got Demario Davis.
Yeah.
They did add Chase Young though, which is
yeah.
He'll be good. He'll be good.
Yeah, that's a good addition. Yeah. But Derek Carr, how much left can he?
Derek Carr stinks. Yeah. I'm sorry.
They got Spencer Rattler, who's balling out. He's been balling out in preseason, so maybe you want to give him a shot if things start to go downhill pretty fast. Wouldn't be a bad idea,
But the thing with the Saints though that should have happened last year is Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen should have got fired last year.
Oh yeah.
The Saints have the worst head coach in the league without a doubt.
Oh, for sure.
Dennis Allen's hot seat was hot last year. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets fired 3 weeks into the season.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be really bad. Yeah.
There was no reason not to fire him last year if you're the Saints.
I thought they would have fired him right after the season.
What are you holding on to him for?
You're just paying him just for nothing.
To coach another 6-11 season if you're the Saints?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, and they're wasting Chris Olave, I feel like.
Olave?
I feel like they're wasting Chris Olave.
Yeah, what can you do though if you have so much salary cap space, or not lack of salary cap space? You've been trying to fight salary cap ever since Drew Brees left, pretty much. So you can't really do much with what you got other than rebuild, and they haven't got the message to rebuild.
Yeah, clearly they do not know what they're doing. All right, we're gonna move on to the Atlanta Falcons. Jonah's team here. How do we switch over to the ATL?
I could give a 40-minute discussion about,
and we might just have a Jonah segment just ranting about the Falcons. If you guys want that, put it in the comments. We'll have Jonah do a 40-minute rant on the Atlanta Falcons, just by himself, not me. He'll just rant.
Right. Okay, so what do you want? How do you want to start here?
I'm gonna start with the quarterback. Kirk Cousins, Captain Kirk.
I thought you were talking about the Penix. You were going to talk about the Penix pick. Oh, okay.
I might later. But big Kirk Cousins, I feel like definitely for sure pushes this team to a playoff caliber team. I feel like the Falcons could shock some teams this year. If Kirk doesn't let the injury from last year affect him, but I think great massive pickup, even if it was illegal. I think it was a great pickup.
Who cares? Who cares about that, bro? What I'll say was the quarterback situation ever since Matt Ryan left was a revolving door that they needed to fix, now it looks like they won't have an issue with that. Hopefully for the next decade or so.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And then what I love though personally is the Raheem Morris hire and the firing of Arthur Smith.
It's a great day when Arthur Smith got fired.
I honestly thought he had a chance of returning this year, man. But I was grateful for him firing because now they can actually utilize Bijan, Kyle Pitts, and Drake London. Who Bijan did solid, but Kyle Pitts and Drake London have been
very quiet.
Didn't do a productive getting 5 targets a game under Arthur Smith, man. So
yeah, not good.
All right, let's talk about defense here. And let's talk about Jesse Bates and Judon.
Oh, yeah. This defense could be pretty good.
Jesse Bates and Judon brought new heights to the Falcons defense, man. I was generally concerned going into this year that the pass rush was weak, the secondary sucked, but now, I mean, the defense has as much potential as the offense.
Yeah, for sure.
And if
they
they
just
can,
got Judon.
if they can get top 16 production, there's no reason for them not to make the playoffs.
For sure.
Especially if Kirk Cousins throws 4,000 yards, man. So,
which he probably will.
Yeah.
With those targets he's got, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked at all.
I mean, the secondary especially will be able to keep up with Mike Evans, Godwin, Olave, everybody. And Bates and Simmons, probably best duo.
Oh, yeah, they are the best duo for sure.
But what I am worried about, obviously, is the cornerback, too. Jeff Okudah, I mean, you're downgrading from Jeff Okudah, which I don't know how that's possible because Jeff Okudah sucked. But it'll be interesting to see that. But they have enough depth back behind the corners.
Oh, yeah. And, like, the wide receiver room just keeps getting more depth. I mean,
wide receiver room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, London, Mooney, and McLeod, that's a good wide receiver room. Plus, Kyle Pitts, he's pretty much a wide receiver slash.
Yeah, well, I'm not sold on Mooney, man. I just don't know if he's.
I think he'll be productive, but he might not be like the
he's
star.
More of a 3 instead of a 2, but it'll be interesting to see. I mean, it'll all rely on the run game with Bijan and Tyler Algier, though, which, if they're successful, everything will lean into it.
Absolutely.
All right, we ready to talk to the next team?
Yeah, we're going to move on to the Poverty Panthers. Poverty Carolina Panthers, obviously last year, had a terrible season after getting the number 1 pick. They would have had the number 1 pick again this year, but they traded it for Bryce Young. Otherwise, I mean, this team just is not very good. They got I think they get some more help on the offensive line to help. Yeah, they got some help for Bryce Young. Bryce Young, I think he'll play better this year, but it's definitely not going to be enough.
All right, let's point out the obvious that last year they one of the worst seasons in recent NFL history.
Really
but do you think can it get much worse? Do you think, or do you think? Let me ask you this: can it only go up from here?
I want to say yes, but it's the Panthers, and the Panthers can't seem to get literally anything to work. So if they had the exact same record as they did last year, which was 2 wins, 3 wins, like I wouldn't be shocked if that happened.
Really?
Again. I wouldn't be shocked.
Really?
I would not be shocked.
2 to 3 wins though, that's pretty hard not to beat or not to.
Well, what was the record last year? 3-14.
2-15 beat the Falcons, unfortunately. But
so they were 2-15. I think they'll have 3. For my prediction, I have them going 4-13, or 5-12.
Everything went wrong for them though, man. Everything
just keeps going wrong, and I think things will go right this year. But I just don't think it's going to be enough to go right this year. I think Bryce Young's going to have a much better season.
No. Bryce Young put in the worst situation.
Yeah,
possible.
absolutely. They failed him hard.
I mean, he still didn't. He surprisingly didn't get a season-ending injury.
Yeah, that
last
was
year or something.
After all those hits.
Yeah, with no
I'm surprised he didn't end up in the dang ER.
Yeah, but I will say I'm not concerned about the offense. I think the offense is serviceable this year. Not great, not bad, but the defense was good last year, but now it faded without Brian Burns.
Yeah, I know.
Mbuvu.
I mean, this defense is just gonna get cooked.
Yeah,
their defense is gonna get fried.
They didn't address the secondary either,
No.
which I mean is really bad. Like
I want the Panthers to do well. I really do. I think I like Bryce Young. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
But they're just not helping him out.
Well,
on offense, yes. They're gonna have much better offensively. But the defense, like, I don't think this offense is good enough to just keep scoring. You know, like they'll score. They might average 20 a game.
Dude, what I'm really mad, like, what I'm like, really don't get is they didn't do anything with the cornerbacks. They have J.C. Horn, who is the Byron Buxton of the MLB.
Yeah.
Stubs his toes out for 16 weeks.
And
then after that, you're starting players that our varsity football team, high school varsity,
exactly,
could rival, man. Like, it's just.
Yikes.
Like, what are you doing? And I get that David Temper's a cheap owner, but like, if you want to sell tickets, put some money.
Yeah,
into
they're
good
selling
players.
those tickets for freaking $1.
Yeah, if you want to raise those tickets and from $5 to $20, I mean, I don't know.
Add some good players.
Yeah, doesn't take.
I know.
Doesn't take a lot to figure that out.
Yikes.
Yeah, but that's all I got for the Panthers.
That's what we got for the Poverty Panthers.
Yeah.
So we're going to move on to the last team in this division, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, this team last year shocked pretty much all of us. Can we agree on that?
I agree.
They shocked all of us. Baker played fantastic, led them to the playoffs, led them to the divisional round. Almost beat the Lions on the road. They were they were about 5 minutes away from going to the NFC Championship. So, I mean, I like this team. I think this team can be pretty good again. You know, I like Baker. I hope the money doesn't get to him though.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, their offense basically stayed the same. They didn't need to do anything on their offense, but the defense, I mean, it's questionable. Defense is questionable this year.
The defense is getting older, aren't they? They're getting older.
Oh no, they basically gutted out like Ndamukong Suh, like everybody. I'm trying to think of Jason Pierre-Paul.
Yeah.
They got rid of all of them after Brady retired, but I mean, the pass rush for the Bucs, I mean, is really bad. Like, Kalijah Cansey has not lived up to any potential at all. I mean, you're literally relying on Vita Vea to do everything.
Yeah, and you can't. You can
expect
rely on him to do some
to
stuff, but he can't do everything.
Expect a D tackle to get 10 sacks a year,
He
man.
can't do everything.
That's not how it works. Yeah, I mean, the front seven's the biggest concern for the Bucs, but I mean, their secondary, it'll be okay. I mean, we all know what Antoine Winfield is. He's good. But I mean, you have just a mid defense overall, mid. Nothing else to it. Let's jump back to the offense here because I am shocked Rachaad White still has a job as the RB1. I'm generally shocked because he had the second most carries in the league last year behind Christian McCaffrey. He didn't even get 1,000 yards, and he had the second most carries in the NFL. It was something crazy like that.
That's really bad, dude.
Bucky Irving better take his spot this year.
Oh yeah.
Because getting 3 yards of carry with Rachaad White is not going to cut, and I don't care if he can receive or not.
Yeah.
He runs like he has like he has cement in his legs, bro.
Exactly. I mean.
So I mean, that's my little.
We know Evans and Godwin will produce again.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Mike Evans. I mean, who cares about the age at this point? But he always gets
still balling. He's still balling. And
Hall of Fame lock.
Oh yeah. And Baker doesn't have to do too much. He doesn't have to do too much. You just gotta help him drive down the field, hit it, give it to Evans and Godwin, and they'll be chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't be dumb Baker like he was in Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, I could see him being a 1-year wonder. It's just I don't know. I don't know what Baker we're getting this year. I really don't.
It's kind of a 50-50 toss.
It is, yeah.
All right. With that, now we're going to do our predictions of the division here. Did I go first last time, or did you?
I went first.
You went first?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go first this time.
Yeah.
All right. Now, at the bottom here, I got the Carolina Panthers going 4-13 in that range. So either 3-14 or 5-12. I mean, I want them to do well. I don't think they're going to do as well. Now, there's a possibility that the Saints just tank below them. I don't know if that's really possible, but I've got the Panthers going dead last in the division. And now in third, I've got the Saints. I got them going 6-11 or 5-12, somewhere in that range. I think they'll win a couple games, but I just don't think they're good enough to do much. Now I get seconds. Now this one might be a hot take, maybe not. I got the Buccaneers in second, going 9-8. 9-8. I mean, they're a solid team. They're not elites. They're a little better than mid, or maybe they're just straight up mid. I don't know, but I see them maybe sneaking into the last wild card spot. But yeah, I think they're gonna do solid again like they did last year.
I mean, when it comes down to it, though, Todd Bowles and Baker Mayfield can't win big games. Like, can't win you a championship.
No.
I hate to break it to you, but.
Yeah. And then in first place, I've got the Atlanta Falcons going first in the NFC South. I've got them going 10-7, or 11-6, somewhere in that range. You know, I really like Kirk Cousins. I think they got him in a good situation.
Mm-hmm.
He has more weapons than he did in Minnesota, I think.
Yeah.
He's got a better defense. But yeah, I think the Falcons could be a sleeper team this year, maybe. But it's just me.
All right, here we go. You talked about the Saints being potentially being the worst. I have them.
You have them in the worst.
I have them going 5-12. I think Dennis Allen's getting the boot after week 5, and I just think Derek Carr is not going to do anything, and their defense is certainly not going to do much at all with the old heads like Mario Davis, Cam Jordan, Chase Young.
Yep.
So I mean it's time to rebuild. It's time to rebuild if you're the Saints, man. You can't win it You can't win the division anymore. Third place, I got the Panthers, man. A lot of people are still taking a dump on them just because they went 2-15, had one of the worser seasons in the last 5 years. But I mean, you can only go up from here. And Bryce Young actually has people around him.
Yeah, they helped him out.
He has bodies around him, not anything elite or anything, but like they did a good job drafting with the 2 Texas players, the tight end and whatnot. But I mean, the defense will sell him, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
So that's that. Did I say what the record is?
No.
6-11.
6-11. Wow.
A little bit high, but
I could see him getting 5. I don't know about 6. 6 might be a stretch for me. I could definitely see him getting 5.
I'm a little bit more optimistic on Bryce Young than a lot more people are, I feel like. But yeah. Second place, I got the Tampa Bay Bucks. They're a 500 team. I feel like they'll go 9-8.
9-8. Yep.
I mean, but I just don't know if it's playoff or not.
I mean, like
they are the defending champs. They are the defending
division champs.
But I mean,
I could see them sneaking in the wild card as the last spot. Otherwise,
I mean, the division reign I feel like is over.
Oh yeah.
It's more than likely done if you're the Bucks. I mean, yeah. And first place, I hope I'm right on that. I hope I'm right.
Sure,
the Falcons.
Right.
Yeah, I just think that they got too good this offseason to go 7-10 for the last 4 out of 5 seasons. And I mean, deep down, I mean, if they go 7-10 again, I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less because they're just cursed at this point. But I mean,
28-3 really killed them.
Yeah, they did. But I mean, Kirk Cousins is what we needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, like I said earlier, Matthew Judon and Justin Simmons brought the defense to bottom 10 in the league to
for sure
above average, I feel like, and they will definitely have a chance, have their chance to compete in the NFC. I don't know if they'll do anything against the 49ers or the Eagles or Lions, but they have their shot now.
Yeah, they do.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right.
A playoff berth is all you really want.
Yeah, that's all I want. And ever since that Julio Jones catch and against the Eagles or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That's killed me, man.
All right, with that is going to end this episode. But before we end it, we just want to give you guys a quick little update. So as your guys are watching this, you're probably in school because we're in school as well.
Mm-hmm.
So with the school year starting up, there's going to be probably a few lesser videos, probably more like 1 a week, and they might not be as long. We're still going to try to get the game day videos going for Saturdays and Sundays with college and NFL. Please help us get to 50 subscribers so we can live stream some games. We can react to them. But yeah, just tell us in the comments what you guys want to be seeing more of. We're going to wrap up our division series within the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll get it done before season.
Yeah, we'll get it done. Yeah, let us know. Let us know if you guys want some high school stuff. We're in South Dakota. We got high school sports starting up next week.
Yeah.
So yeah, let us know what you guys want in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe. Turn on all those noties. With that, we are the Blitz Boys, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Did you get a thumbnail, Will?